Can coworkers really be your friends? This is for Black women in toxic jobs. It's Dr. Kamani, licensed clinical psychologist. And I recently have seen some videos come across my YouTube feed about can coworkers really be friends? And so I wanted to talk about that because I have some thoughts about that. But first, I wanted to offer you some ways to really assess for yourself if you feel that people in your workplace can really be friends, because it's really up to you in terms of discernment, deciding, are people trustworthy or not. So I just wanted to offer some tips in terms of things that you might see that might help you determine if people are trustworthy or not, or if you see some signs that maybe it might be good to pay attention to before you start telling people your personal business. So one is if you are aware of, you know because people have told you or you've observed some things in terms of coworkers engaging in inappropriate relationships with one another. And we know what that means. I know that I recently did a video where one of the workplace bullies at my previous place of employment, I didn't work under this person. However, was notified recently that this person was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with someone and then got demoted and some other things that happened. So again, are they engaged in an inappropriate relationship with other people? Two is people you are around in the workplace. There might be a perception that you have to kind of outshine other people so that you can promote. And there's more of that like that scarcity mindset in terms of limited number of resources available. And so you may notice certain people, certain coworkers trying to check out what you're doing, and they're trying to like compare themselves to you. So if you sense that competitiveness or trying to compare themselves to you a lot, that might be a sign that maybe that person is not trustworthy for you. The other thing is you might see and or you may experience situations in which your coworkers are constantly putting down other people or maybe putting you down like little slights so that they can shine better, so they can look better. So you are less of competition to them. So those are some things in terms of to kind of look out for. The other things I wanted to point out is that this video, again, I was watching some videos that came across my feed, and there was one in particular that really stood out to me, and I'm going to put that in the description section. But it was called "You Don't Owe Your Coworkers Anything," and this was by Miss C. Tobert, I think her name is. So again, I'll put the video link in the description section. But if you are in that situation, right, and you're assessing these things about coworkers, I encourage you to be mindful of these certain signs too. So if you have coworkers who are constantly asking you personal questions, they are trying to get into your business, that is kind of a red flag. So if they keep asking, you're like, I don't really know, or you've seen other situations where this person gossips about other people, be mindful of what personal information you share with that person because you've seen them gossip about other people. And you see them gossip so much, like they're just always gossiping about like they're always in the know. They always know the dirt, they always know the tea, they always know something about other people. Be careful of those people because when you get up, more than likely they're going to be sharing your own business because you've seen how they operate. Another thing I invite you to really look out for is situations in which a coworker has so-called friends in the workplace, and you will see this person talk badly about their friend after the friend leaves or in other situations, and or you might see situations in which the coworker will start sharing about their friend's personal business, like kind of like an accident, they share that information with you, or they kind of just drop it into conversation. That person is not trustworthy. So all these things help you in terms of discerning if coworkers can really be friends. Now, we might have different perspectives about it. And the videos that I saw, most of the people were saying your coworkers cannot really be your friends. Now, I have had situations in which I've had a lot of my good friends have been former coworkers. So I trust them. They have helped me out tremendously, particularly in relation to leaving that toxic job. In fact, two of the Black sister friends that I have who took me out to dinner and told me, girl, you got to get out of there. They were former coworkers. So you can have coworkers who are friends. Yet, I invite you to be mindful of those things I was talking about. So for me, those women that I've called my sister friends, and I still call them my sister friends, they have shown me in terms of how they have interacted with me and how I've observed them in company with other people that they are trustworthy. There are other people that I regret sharing things with. Now, the good thing is that I've never shared a whole bunch of my personal business with anybody. I'm a very private person. I know that might be hard to believe. I'm on YouTube, but I am generally a very private person about my personal life. So I wouldn't tell that much of my business, but the times that I did share my business with certain people who were not trustworthy, yeah, they of course would do things to make you try to look. They're trying to make you look worse, so they look better. So yeah, lesson learned from me and for me in terms of maybe it wasn't a good idea to share things with them, but lesson learned. Lesson learned. Now I know, and now I'm able to share this information with you. Something else that I wanted to say is that my dear friend Colette Elizabeth, and we call each other the Harriets because we help Black women leave toxic jobs. So Colette was previously in upper management for many, many years. And she has talked to me about and shared even on our videos together that those so-called friends, the coworkers, so-called friends, those are the main people who go to management and will say things about their friend, will tell information about their friend, will tell on their friend to management. And these are the so called friends. So, again, I would just say be mindful. I'm not saying don't be friends with your coworkers. Just be mindful and really collect data in terms of if this person is a trustworthy person. If you have seen them gossip about other people, they're gossiping all the time, you have seen them talk about their so-called friends, more than likely they're going to do the same thing to you. So just be mindful of that. Now, I also want to say something else. Now, when you're in the workplace, there might be certain people who you may not be friends with, but you might be friendly with. You might have associates, and you might really respect these people. So sometimes when you're in a toxic work environment and let's say you become the target of a workplace bully or you become the target of some negative treatment in the workplace, I just want to just caution you that those people that you're friendly with, those people that are your associates, and you may really enjoy spending time with them, they may not be there for you in the way that you would have wanted them to be when things really go down. So they might kind of just leave you out there. And many times it happens because they are fearful. They have seen what has happened to you, and they are fearful that they don't want that happening to them too. So they may distance themselves from you. They may just vanish. So those people that you talk to regularly or people you associated with, they may be nowhere to be found as you are going through the experience. So either as you are going through the fire and or after you leave. So this is a painful byproduct in relation to a toxic job is that again those people that you had some commonality with or that you liked on some level, they are not there to support you because of their own fear of what might happen, not only because they see what happened to you, and or they might be fearful of associating with you because the job will start associating them with you and there might be negative consequences. So again, it might be based out of fear and the feeling that you may be very painful. Now I'm saying this not in the sense that I'm saying that, as you go in the workplace, you're naive and thinking everybody's your friend. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that due to common experiences in the workplace, you might have gone through similar things. You guys may have vented about certain things. You may have had coworkers who helped you reality test. So see them in terms of what they are able to provide in that moment, but also recognize if you're seeing these other things about them, maybe they're not your friends, maybe they are your associates. And as you have heard before, in terms of other people talking, maybe they're in your life for a season. Maybe that's true. And once you leave that job, they are no longer part of your life. You may not even have negative feelings towards them, but they are just no longer in your life. And as you transition out, I want to say this too, as you transition out, and let's say you're taking a leave of absence or whatever you might be doing, and my hope is that you do or you are able to take a leave of absence to kind of get your mind straight and figure out what is it that you want to do. When you're on that leave, be mindful of who you share information with about what you're going through and what your next steps are. So I was extremely mindful of that. I had people contacting me, hey, oh my God, I heard this, or what are you going to do, or whatever, right? But I was like, something about this doesn't smell right. So when I was going through the fire, when I was going through it, you were nowhere to be found. However, now you want to know what my next moves are. You wanna know. And so, again, things like that that kinda make you feel like, "What's that about?" You have that feeling, pay attention to that because those people more than likely are just trying to gossip about your information, and you don't need that. You don't need all the extra drama when you're already going through a painful experience already. Choose to be around, choose to associate with those who have shown you that they are trustworthy. We know we cannot trust everyone, even people you may have laughed with and joked with and all these other kind of things. But if you know they engage in gossiping, you have seen them talk about their so-called friends. They kind of share personal information about people and so-called accident, right? You've seen these things. Do not share with them your business. Please don't. Okay. So again, as I'm signing off, it's up to you in terms of if you determine if someone at your job can really be a friend. As I've said before, I have met some wonderful people who are still my close friends from that former job. But I've also had to disassociate myself from quite a few people as well who have shown me that as I was going through this very painful process of leaving that job and being attacked and character assassinations and all those things, they were nowhere to be found. Okay, so just be mindful, just be aware of those in your circle. It's very important in terms of your healing process that you have people around you who you can trust and that you are mindful in terms of limiting your association in your business with people who have shown you that they are not trustworthy and due to their own insecurities, they may try to throw you under the bus. They may uh, throw shade on you, trying to make you look worse so they look better. Those people, please disassociate yourself from them in whatever way you need to do so. Okay, so I'm signing off. Please give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you're in a situation and you're like, oh, this is me, I don't know who to trust, and I'm trying to get out of here, I don't know what to do. If that is you, then click in the link. There's a link to schedule a discovery call with me. So click the link and we can talk because I'm not a part of your job, right? And my role is not to tell you what to do, but to talk to you about your options and to share with you or help you through the process. Because going through that process is challenging, and I have no investment in telling your business to other people, unlike some of those so called job friends. Okay. So, again, if you want to schedule a discovery call, please click the link in my description section and we can schedule a call. Okay. So, I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.